Gemini, this weekend, I see you dealing with someone who is having a very difficult time handling the way things are turning out in your connection. I feel like you are no longer with this person, and it's almost like they're rejecting the ending of this situation where they're looking at photos of your relationship together, the life you built together, and they're like, no, this isn't happening. They wanted me to share the lyrics, so I Can Have You Back by Joe, and the lyrics go like this. The song, the lyrics. Anyways, pictures and pictures of the smile I remember. This just cannot all be true. Yeah, it's like they did not expect to be in this situation of you walking away, of you starting a new life without them. They weren't expecting that. They didn't. Um, it's like they thought you would always be hanging around or something. And this person, they're being represented by this word calm. They are doing their best to keep a brave face, pretend like everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, but they're actually hiding something. This person is having a breakdown of sorts, but they're trying to remain calm. This person feels very bitter towards you, Gemini, because you're moving on. And I feel like they actually may be acting out on this bitterness that they have towards you for whatever reason. My guides wanted me to share this quote as it may be relevant for you. You may be dealing with post separation abuse from this person. If you are, I'm so sorry because it's a thing and it's almost like worse than being with them, actually. But it goes like this. If you terrorize the parent of your children, whether you're going through divorce, a custody battle, a separation, what have you, and you terrorize the parent of your children because you're mad, because your little ego got bruised, so now you have to make their life hell, even when they're not with you and they don't want to be with you anymore. You just need to have that power, that dominance, that control, to have that little dig, have the last word. You're not a good parent if you do that, because a good parent, a good person, knows that what you do to the other parent of your child affects the child directly. They are also raising your babies, and you're going to try to make their life as miserable as you possibly can. That's going to affect your children, dipshit. You can't go around terrorizing the other parent of your children and then wonder why they're not showing up at their best. Then you have the audacity to say that they're an unfit parent. Go fuck yourself. You can't spiritually, emotionally, and financially ruin these people and then say they're unfit to be a parent. What pisses me off is the court system doesn't look at that like it should. So keep documentation, screenshot that shit, record it, because you're going to need it, because these people don't give a shit. Most of them are not good parents. End of story. So yeah, I feel like if you're dealing with someone who's terrorizing you because you're moving on and you're done with this toxic relationship, um, I'm so sorry. And yeah, this person's hiding something. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe it's just the fact that they are, you know, crashing out because you're moving on. I feel like they always feel like they'd have control over you, that they'd be able to tell you what's what to do, how to do it. This person really loved the control they had over you, and they're just kind of like flabbergasted that you have the audacity to leave them behind. um, I laugh because their energy is so toxic in the post separation situation. So it's kind of like, God, I don't even want to know what it was like to be with this person in a relationship. Your energy this weekend, Gemini, is being represented by Shine. This card reads, Don't dim your light. The world needs your unique talents and gifts. Shine brightly. Um, I feel that there's someone, this might be why this is kind of coming to a head right now, because I feel like there's someone you have your eye on, someone that maybe you're wanting to connect with, someone that you're actually loving. Um, they wanted me to share the lyrics from My Sharia Moore by Stevie Wonder, and they go like this. in a cafe or sometimes on a crowded street. I've been near you, but you never really noticed me. My Sharia Moore, won't you tell me, how could you ignore that behind that little smile I wore, how I wish you were mine? Um, okay, so you may have been feeling love for this person for a long time because this is someone that you were connected to in the past. And this is why your current sitch is losing their shit because maybe you're wanting to connect with someone from your past and you're feeling a lot of love for them. They wanted me to share this poem as well. It's called The Unfinished Theory, and it goes like this is by Random Thoughts Official on TikTok. Anyways, the unfinished theory says that not every ending comes from a lack of love. Sometimes the deepest heartbreak comes from walking away because you cared too much. Love that could have burned forever is cut short, not because it wasn't real, but because staying would have caused more damage than leaving. It's the kind of connection that feels like home for the very first moment, from the very first moment. The kind that makes you feel safe, seen, known, that makes the world softer just by being near it. But it's also the kind that terrifies you because losing it at its strongest point leaves an ache that lingers long after the door is closed. What cuts deepest is timing. Something something that felt right slipping away before it ever had the chance to fully become what it was meant to be. To one person, it may have been fleeting, to the other, it was everything. And thus, the cruel truth about the unfinished theory. Some of the most powerful loves are the ones that never make it past the beginning, yet leave you carrying the weight of their ending forever. So maybe you had a, yeah, this is a past love that I feel like maybe you are wanting to reconnect with, or um and it's like after, it's almost like, I hate to say this, but this is why they're pissed. This person was in the way of a love that you have for someone else. And it's almost like that might be a little bit of why they're losing their shit, actually. Um, yeah. And the energy of your connection with your current situation, your current person, is actually abundance in reverse. Um, this, it's almost like there could be money involved in this separation as well, like some sort of battle about money or something very superficial. And I don't know. But it's almost like I just don't see you wanting to invest in anything with this person that you've been dealing with. And because of that, they are just so livid. They're livid. And I feel like you wouldn't know it though. They're doing their best to keep their shit together. But I actually don't think it's working. I don't think it's working. Anyways, that's the energy check, but I wanted to give you an oracle card before we leave. And I thought this was so cool. You have a light grows brighter only by lighting another, and it goes right along with your energy for the weekend, which is shine. So, from the oracle guidebook, it reads, you have come to your next turn in on the evolutionary spiral. Your growth in each area of your life is ready to be significantly accelerated by lightning. No, by lighting another light, not by lightning, although that would be interesting. You cannot diminish your light by lighting another. It only grows brighter and brighter. Perhaps you need to learn most. What you need to learn most is what you were meant to be teaching right now. This gives you more space to move on to what's next for you, even if you don't think you are an expert or authority. You are wiser than you've given yourself credit for. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. So, actually, Gemini, you might be also being called to share some sort of truth or wisdom or just your light in general with other people. And yeah, you may be a teacher, a healer, a light worker as well. So that is the message for you this weekend, Gemini. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you next time.